There are moments in American politics that spark headlines, and then there are moments that bring the nation to a standstill. This was one of those moments. What began as a routine political debate quickly took a dark and disturbing turn, exposing wounds that trace back generations. Former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, no stranger to controversy, looked across the stage and, in a moment that would dominate social media and mainstream discourse, said 5 words that stunned the country. Go back to Africa. Yes, those words. A phrase steeped in racism. A sentence long used to belittle, silence, and marginalize Black voices in America, spoken, unbelievably, in 2025, on live television, before a national audience. And who was the target? Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, an attorney, a sharp and passionate voice in Congress, a Black woman who built her career not on privilege, but on persistence, resilience, and grit. Now stop for a moment. Picture yourself in that situation on a national stage, cameras rolling, millions watching, when someone looks you in the eye and attempts to erase your presence with 5 cruel words. Most people would have erupted, shouted, reacted with rightful outrage. But not Jasmine Crockett. Instead, she took a breath, held her ground, and responded not with venom, but with undeniable truth. I was born right here in America, just like you. But even if I wasn't, what gives you the right to tell someone where they belong? No raised voice, no insults thrown back, just truth, clear, unwavering, and powerful. And that truth landed harder than any insult ever could, because in that single moment, Jasmine Crockett did what so many in positions of power failed to do. She rose above the hate. She transformed a racist remark into a nationwide reflection. She shifted the spotlight from ignorance to integrity, and people noticed. Social media exploded. Hashtags like #WeStandWithCrockett and #DignityOverDivision trended across platforms. From newsrooms to living rooms, from celebrities to activists, the conversation changed. It wasn't about the slur anymore, it was about the response. Because Jasmine Crockett didn't just defend herself, she stood up for every person who has ever been told they don't belong. She turned the stage into a classroom, the insult into a teaching moment, and the moment into history. But let's be clear. This wasn't only about 2 political figures. It wasn't just a heated exchange. It was about the racism that still haunts American institutions. It was about how Black women, when they speak boldly, lead confidently, and refuse to be silent, are still too often met with hostility. Yet Jasmine didn't just endure the moment. She owned it. She transformed it. She showed that leadership isn't always about shouting back, it's about knowing when to let grace do the talking. The truth is, some of the most powerful moments in history don't come from loud declarations, but from composed clarity. That's what Jasmine Crockett gave us, a living example of how to meet hate not with rage, but with strength, wisdom, and undeniable dignity. We shouldn't forget what Pam Bondi said, because forgetting means ignoring the reality that such hate still exists. But what we must carry forward is what Jasmine Crockett did, because that is what young people should study. That is the kind of leadership that shapes nations. Jasmine Crockett didn't just silence a hateful comment, she inspired a country. She stood unshaken in the face of ugliness and reminded America of the kind of courage we need more of. So when ignorance tries to diminish you, when someone questions your worth or your place, remember what she taught us. Rise calmly, boldly, with truth as your foundation.